I've got the next bait here for you is our craw worm. Now I'm using white because it's easier for you to see white, and using the dark lead simply because you can see it against the bait. We're going to make a bungee rig out of this craw. Now I'm going to do what you've seen me do a couple times before with the other worms, and I'm going to put right in the bottom end of the worm. Now our craw worm is half worm and half tube. The bottom side is solid, as a worm would be. The top, up where the crawfish body is at, is hollow. It's a tube. So that's actually going to help us some. So I'm going to show you how. Now once I've got the lead on the bottom like that, okay, I'm going to get my hook. This is a 2/0. Now this might even be a 1. This is a 1/0 Gamakatsu wide bend. And I'm going to take this hook. This is not the super line, although I don't think there'd be any reason why you couldn't use it. But for this purpose, I'm using this one. We're going to go right in between the antennae on the front of the craw worm. We're going to go right in his nose. We're going to bury it to the shank. It's going to come out inside the tube. Alright. Now under the craw worm there's a relief underneath that's going to let me pull this out without catching the other side of the tube. Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to run it down just like I run it. Like I said, like any weedless hook is set up, you turn it around. Now whether or not you bury that eye in the front or not, I guess is kind of up to you. I don't really have much of a preference, but I'm going to leave it out for this particular video. I'm going to measure up down at the bottom. Should be coming out close to the tail of the craw. And I'm going to go straight through. Now that's going to come up on the back of the craw, and on the back of our craw there's a line that shows you the center line of that craw. Now I'm going to try to line that hook up with that. This one actually came out pretty good. Now I'm going to barely skin hook that hook. Alright. This craw's just a tad tore up. I've rigged it once or twice already. But anyway, got a straight craw. It's totally weedless. Okay. I'm going to show you a few other things that's interesting about this particular setup. Now I'm going to cast this. I'm going to throw this anywhere. I'd throw a Texas rig or any place where crawfish is dominant for the food source. And I'm going to crawl this across the bottom. Now, if you've seen crawfish, when they're threatened, what does a crawfish do when he's threatened? We cast the line out. What does he do? He raises his head and he points his claws at you. So it goes in a defensive posture anytime you're working the bait. Now, there's another interesting characteristic here that you need to know. I'm going to turn this over just for the sake of argument. Anytime I pull that bait, it's going to right itself. Normally going to land upright to begin with, but let's say it's upside down, it's going to right itself. Every time. All I got to do is pull the bait and it rights itself. That's because you're pulling up on the line, you're pulling the head, and that brings the hook to the bottom and it sits down. Always going to sit upright. That's the craw worm rigged bungee style with the bungee head from Fish Stalker. You can get them at fishstalkertackle.com. Thanks for watching.